guys, I want to ask you a couple of questions. Why do you brush your teeth? Probably because your mom or dad tells you to. Yeah. But we do it also because it's good hygiene, right? How often do you brush your teeth? Some of you would probably say once a week or when mom makes me. But really, most of us should brush our teeth twice a day. All right? Do you have to be reminded, or is it just something you automatically know to do? Sometimes we know to do it, but before we do it, we like to be reminded, right? Well, today we are going to talk about toothpaste. And Corey is going to help me with this part. Corey, will you squeeze that onto that plate? Squeeze all of it out, as much of it as you can. And do you notice what color that is? Orange and white. All right, a little bit more. Use all your muscles, get it all out. Okay. Okay, you think you got it all out? Okay. Now, I want you to put that toothpaste back in that tube. Okay, well, maybe you need some help. Maybe a spoon. You think a spoon can help you get it back in? That doesn't seem to be working real well either. Okay, let's see. How about a funnel? This is a little funnel, so maybe the little funnel would work. Oh, it's too thick, so that's not really working real well either. Okay, let's see. Here's a straw. You think you can, what about a straw? You think a straw? Corey, we'll be here all day. Not much is going back in. Almost, okay. All right. Well, here's a toothpick. That's the smallest thing I've got. Maybe a toothpick will work. You think a toothpick will get it all back in?
You give me about a year.
Don't think it's going to work. Y'all think y'all could get it in? Do y'all think y'all could get all that toothpaste back in? All right. Thank you, Corey. Don't think that toothpaste is going back in that tube. You know what? Today we're talking about how our words can be just like that toothpaste. We think we can say things sometimes and then say we're sorry or we take it back. But you know what? Once we say those words, they don't go back in, just like that toothpaste. Okay, and today we have a Bible verse that will help us remember how important our words are. And it says, let everything you say be good and helpful so that your words will be an encouragement to those who hear them. Paul was writing this to the Ephesians when he wrote the book of Ephesians, and it's in chapter 4, verse 29. And he reminds us that our words should be encouraging and things that help each other. So let's think about some of the things that sometimes we say that maybe we could say a different way. Your younger brother or sister comes in your room without your permission, and sometimes we want to yell, "Get out, dummy," or "Get out of here, I'm going to tell mom or dad." But why don't we say, "Hey, will you come back later?" Or maybe we can play in a little while, but I need you to leave right now, please. But there's a way to get our message across, but say it a little nicer. And what about sometimes when our parents won't let us do what we want to do? And we say things like, "You're not going to be my friend anymore," or "I don't like you." We don't have to do that. We can say, "I want you to go, but I know your mom and dad, and what you say goes." So think about how we say, just let people know that we're displeased with their decisions. And this is a big one. Sometimes at school or on our sports teams, sometimes people make mistakes. Mistakes that are big mistakes or mistakes that mess up the game a little bit. So what do? And sometimes we say things like, "Oh man, I can't believe you messed up," or "Why did you do that?" Why don't we be encouraging and say things like, "You know what? We all mess up sometimes. I know you were trying really hard." Words can either hurt our feelings or they can make us feel better. And today I want us to talk about that it's important for us to stop and think, Are our words hurting feelings? Or are our words making us feel better, helping that person feel better? Okay? And so sometimes we think about, some of you've seen the thing called thinking or think. It's where you stop before you say that out loud and you think for a second. Is what I'm saying true? Is it helpful? Is it going to help somebody? Is it going to be inspiring or encouraging to somebody? Is it necessary? Do you really need to say it? And most of all, is it kind? So if you think about those things before you say your words, I think we might be doing more like James, Jesus' brother, did in the Bible verse in the book of James. Understand this, my dear brothers. You must all be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. And James says that in chapter 1 in verse 19. He reminds us to stop and think, and let's make sure that what we're saying is true, helpful, encouraging or inspiring, necessary, and kind. Let's think about how our words influence all the people that we're around every day. All right, let's thank God that we have His Word to help us know how to treat each other. Dear God, we do give you thanks that we can go to the Bible and we can have verses that help remind us how important it is to encourage each other and not to hurt each other. Dear God, help us during this school year to be encouraging to our classmates and to our friends and everybody that we meet. For all of our blessings, God, we give you thanks. Amen.